Alright, howdy. So today I'm going to demo a pedal I just got in the mail a couple hours ago, literally. It is the Screaming Bird Treble Booster by Electro Harmonics, and I got it because I've always kind of been interested in how a treble booster sounds, because they were used by a lot of iconic players in the 60s and the 70s and even into the 80s. Clapton, of course, is supposed to have used one on the Beano album with John Mayall's Blues Breakers into his Marshall combo. And of course Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath's supposed to have used one. Brian May from Queen used one into his AC30s, and definitely I always found it was kind of weird that you'd want a treble booster on Marshalls or Laney's, as Iommi and Clapton were playing into. Definitely on an AC30, I can see where for a rock tone, or for overdrive, you might want to clean that, or sharpen that up a little, because they're a little bit on the kind of mellow side compared to Marshalls, in my opinion. And then of course also, Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest had a custom pedal board in the late 70s that had, among other things, a Rangemaster. Dallas Arbiter Rangemaster. So I don't know if this is supposed to mimic a Rangemaster or how closely it does, but I basically bought it, because it was cheap, and I got it from a place called Music Next Day, and they, shipped it to me for free. I ordered it literally Monday night, like 8 o'clock at night, and it was here today at 10 o'clock. This is Wednesday, so amazingly fast delivery, and the price was really good from them. Treble booster is a very simple pedal, so while there are certainly other people that make them for a lot more money, some of the JMI reissues I know are super expensive, and I saw a couple of other boutique ones that were super expensive. This one was $41, which I think is a pretty reasonable price for something as simple as a treble booster is. So I'm playing today with my trusty Les Paul Custom, and this guitar has a Duncan SH14, also known as the Custom 5, in the bridge position. In the neck it's got the stock 490R, and I like the Custom 5 because it's basically their 59, which is their version of a PAF, but it's got a little more output, but exactly the same EQ curve, unlike something like the JB that's real mid-heavy. I actually, got this pickup in here because I didn't like how mid-focused the stock 498T pickup was, which was a ceramic pickup. This one is Alnico. So anyway, I'm playing it today also for an amp. I'm using this Knight PA amp that is not a Knight PA amp anymore. It was converted by a friend of mine to essentially sort of a Marshall JTM 45 clone. It's running KT77 tubes from JJ Electronics, and you see up top there where it used to have mic inputs, it's got one input, and down at the bottom where it used to have individual channel volumes, instead it's got controls for volume, preamp volume, master, treble, middle, bass, and presence. So it's set up pretty much like a Marshall. I've got it set kind of, what I would call kind of a mid-range, middle of the road sound. It's not set up real dirty. It's kind of on the border between dirty and clean. And you can clean it up real easily. But it's got a lot of sustain to it. I usually play with a little bit more presence and treble on there, but because I'm going to be testing a treble booster, I figured I'd better turn those down. So I'm going to go ahead and play some stuff on this guitar just through the amp as it is, and then I'll turn on the Screaming Bird, and we'll see what the effect on the sound is. So here's just some stuff by itself on the bridge pickup. position. And then the neck. Now I'll go ahead and turn the pedal on. And I should show you here, it's just got two basically controls. There is just the on-off switch and a level knob. And the level knob seemed actually about unity gain all the way up. So that's where I've got it set. Below that it just seemed to cut the amps or the signal to the amp. And you'll hear it's not what I would call a treble booster in a pure sense, in that it seems like it works on kind of more the upper mids, probably around 1.5 kilohertz to maybe 2.5, and it's real heavily focused in that area. It's definitely also a low cut, as you'll hear in a minute. But just as a point of comparison, here's some of the same stuff on the guitar with the Screaming Bird on, and I'll play some on the bridge pickup first. I'll switch to the middle position. And then the neck pickup. So definitely, I think, especially in this middle position here, this definitely has kind of that Yardbirdsy vibe to it. I might try it again into even a darker amp, because the JTM 45 again it's a Marshall, so it's not real bright. If you take a look around the room here, though, I don't have a whole lot in the way of what I would call dark amps. I'm kind of overrun by Marshalls and Crates and Sound Cities and things like that, because I tend to like a kind of a bright British sound. But anyway, that's a good kind of overview of what the pedal does, and I hope you like it. Thanks.